Hi, Alex LEDs here. In this video, I'll be showing how I painted a Thomas helmet with this Valspar metallic paint. It didn't turn out that well because this spray and chrome stuff doesn't work very well. I have a video linked down below if you want to take a look at a comparison between this stuff and actual chrome. So yeah, this isn't the best way to do it. I wouldn't really recommend doing it, but if you really just want to wear a helmet once or paint it and put it on a shelf or something like that, this looks decent. But if you paint the helmet and then you get your fingerprints on it, it's impossible to get those fingerprints on. But without further ado, let's start.
Here's the helmet that I will be painting. I have trimmed, primed, and sanded it, so it is pretty much ready to be painted. I will be using Valspar metallic paint on this helmet. If you plan to do this, I recommend doing this outdoors while wearing gloves and a respirator. Before starting to paint, I shook the can vigorously for about 2 minutes to mix up the paint inside the can. After that, I started spraying on the chrome paint. Here are a couple of pointers. Keep the can moving while spray painting. Don't stop in a single spot. That'll cause a large amount of paint to be sprayed onto that spot, which will cause streaks in the paint job. Cover the helmet in spray paint incrementally. Apply small amounts of paint to the helmet and don't hover around one area for too long. You'll end up with running paint. I tend to paint some of the front of the helmet, then move on to the back, then the sides, then back to the front, all the while spraying the spray paint all over the helmet. The bottom is slightly trickier to paint. You can place the helmet on a stand or a pole, or you can pick it up and paint it while holding it up. I chose to pick it up and paint that way, but there is a pretty good chance of painting your hand too, which ended up happening to me. The chrome spray paint can't be retouched very well, so if there's an issue with the paint, the problem area needs to be sanded off and a larger area needs to be painted. Once you are done painting, put the helmet into a safe place where the wet paint won't be touched. If you plan on painting the bottom of the helmet, don't set your helmet down, put it on a pole or something like that to keep the bottom of the helmet from being touched. So I didn't do that great of a job sanding the back of the helmet, and there are some giant scratches on the plastic underneath the paint from the, I believe, 80 grit sandpaper that I used. This should have been caught by me earlier before I started spraying on the paint, but I didn't, so I'll have to deal with that at a different time.
Well, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. I did end up painting a helmet with this Valspar metallic paint. However, the helmet ended up falling and getting damaged, and I ended up actually repainting it white because I didn't like the metallic spray paint at all, and I think the white looks a lot better than this fake metallic spray paint stuff. And I think the white spray paint is also a lot more durable, and it's also a lot easier to work with. If you spray the helmet with this metallic paint and then you mess up a little bit, painting over it doesn't really solve the issue. In addition, if you sand off the metallic spray paint, it becomes kind of dull and ugly looking. So then you have to follow it up with another coat of metallic spray paint. Whereas this white spray paint, it's actually pretty easy to work with. After you've layered it on pretty thick, you can sand it down pretty well, and it looks better after you sand it actually. So it's a lot easier to work with. But that's it for the moment. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Let me know what I can do to improve these videos. But that's it for now. Have a nice day.